The beginning of a Smash Ultimate match is one of the most important times in the entire game. This can be the difference between you getting a slight lead and increasing it as time goes by in the game, or you being at a percent deficit for the entire game. I'll also be covering what to do when you're getting off of the respawn platform, what to do when your opponent is getting off of the respawn platform, and how to close out a game at last stock, last hit. One of the best things you can do at the beginning of the game, if you and the opponent spawn on a platform, is drop through and immediately shoot a low committal, long range projectile, such as Palutena's Neutral B, Auto Reticle, or Fox's Neutral B, Blaster. If your opponent also drops off the platform, as is usual in a high level match, you can get a little bit of free damage, as well as making the opponent feel like they should approach you. Also, with Palutena's Auto Reticle, if your opponent tries to mix you up and doesn't drop through the platform immediately, her Auto Reticle can still catch them if they go high. The second thing you can do is if your character is something chargeable, such as Samus's Charge Shot or Cloud's Limit Charge, charge it with the space that the game gives you at the beginning of the game. First off, it will make the opponent approach you, and you can have them make a mistake and capitalize on that. And you don't know how much space you're going to have during the match, so using the space that you automatically have to charge your meter is always a plus. The third thing you can do at the beginning of the match is collect data on your opponent with fake approaches. Examples of fake approaches are jumping over your opponent and at the last second double jumping away, and running towards your opponent and at the last second jumping away, or foxtrotting towards the opponent and at the last second dashing back. This will allow you to know what your opponent is most likely to do when you approach from that angle again, with minimal risk to you for figuring out that information. This last tip is more of a rule of thumb, but just make every attack you do non-committal. Don't just run up to your opponent and expect them to spot dodge. That's not gonna work. You don't know what your opponent's gonna do, and they don't know what you're gonna do. Go for safe stuff, space stuff correctly, and just overall try not to get hit. Part 2. What to do when the opponent comes off of the Angel platform. In Smash Ultimate, after coming off of the respawn platform, you have exactly 2 seconds of invincibility. During this time, you cannot be attacked, grabbed, or anything of the sort. Now, you don't want to interact with an invincible opponent. Instead, you want to get to the ledge to wait out their invincibility. Additionally, if your character has some sort of planking abilities, such as Wii Fit Trainer, you want to use those too. The last thing I have to say on the respawn platform stuff is a bit of a caveat. If your opponent is really good at ledge trapping you, and every time you're at the ledge, the damage just keeps building up and you're stuck there for such a long time, maybe just take the hits on stage instead of going to the ledge. But that's only if you've been getting aggressively ledge trapped for the entire game. Third and finally, here's how to close out a last stock, last hit game when both you and your opponent are at kills percentage for certain moves. First off, don't just go for the moves that will kill your opponent. It sounds crazy, but if you're only going for moves that will kill your opponent, ironically, it's harder to kill them. You become very telegraphed, and they can easily avoid those killing moves. Instead, continue using all those tools in your arsenal, and when you have a clear opportunity to land one of those killing moves or a kill throw, take it, but don't just telegraph yourself and only go for killing moves.